Oh, here comes Kinsley.
Yep.
She's got her ball.
Kinsley wants to join.
First time Daddy sat down inside the house all day.
That's right. That's right. Well, Kinsley's blocking the view. Everybody gets to see. Oh, I like that one. That's kind of cool. Everybody gets to see the back of Kinsley's head.
Aw, it's the best. It's the best back of the head, though.
It's the best back of the head.
Look at that adorable back of the head. What did Ethan used to? Glorious neck rolls.
Yeah, it's a glorious neck. The glorious neck. I'm 49 years old, and I'm just learning today that there's ratings for the back of people's heads.
Really?
Well, you're telling me it's the best back of the head.
It's the best back of the head.
I didn't know that there were ratings for that. All right, girl.
There's probably a rating for everything.
Probably. Okay, girl. Why don't you go ahead and get down? I know. I'll snuggle with you in a little bit. I still got work to do.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody. Well, it was a very busy weekend.
Yes.
And Monday.
Yes.
It was very busy.
Yeah. Go ahead, Nathan. Tell them what you did.
Okay, I will. I will tell them. In fact, I'm going to start right now. Plumbing. Lots of plumbing. So, okay, Kinsley, we're not going to do this. We're going to go ahead and... You just want to come up? You just want to come up? Come here. Come on up. No, she didn't want to do that. Yeah, so in preparation for putting the bathtub in the hall bath room, I needed to connect the PEX plumbing, the PEX piping for water that I have going to the faucet and the shower head and the handheld thing. And so you might as well, since I have to connect those PEX lines, rip out the rest, all of the other copper
Absolutely.
plumbing that's in the house and replace it with PEX. I mean, it's logical.
I think it is. I mean, everything else is new down there. Why shouldn't the plumbing be?
Yeah, it's logical. Plus, copper piping doesn't last forever.
Right.
And it's probably
at least 30
years old.
Yeah.
So eventually it's going to start leaking and pinhole cracks and whatever.
Deteriorating, corroding.
Yeah.
What all the stuff it does.
Yeah. So for the last 2.5 days, I have been working on ripping out and replacing the copper water lines with PEX water lines. And I am... What's going on?
No, it's just facing straight down.
Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. And I am happy to announce that I am done. And it is
Not leaking.
not leaking. That is right. Well, we went Friday evening to get parts, to get all of the PEX parts. And I started on Saturday morning, only to realize that I didn't get some of the parts, some of the adapters, and some of the elbows and T's and 90 degrees and all those things that I didn't think I was going to need, but I needed. So I ended up stopping after a couple hours Saturday morning, and I went back to Lowe's and I got more things.
I stayed home because I was doing chores.
Yeah, and then I came back and continued, and then I had to go again on Sunday, and again today. Did I go Sunday? I don't think I went Sunday.
There was one day you didn't go.
Yeah, I didn't go Sunday, but I did go again today. And I bought way more than I needed this time.
Just typical.
Yeah, and because you can still do returns. So I bought more than I needed.
Better to have it and not need it than to not have it and need it.
That's right. That's right. Each of the times that I went, the gentleman that...
Are you done yet?
Are you done yet? He was there. He's back again. He's like, you know I am. He goes, that's right. I'll see you tomorrow. You know you will. Yeah. So, there's two areas that I still need to work on. When we put the tub in the master bathroom, and we're not putting that tub in until the floor is done, because it goes on top of the floor, I'll have to run water lines. I'll have to crawl underneath the crawl space and run water lines to that, because I don't know exactly where that's going to come out yet. So I didn't do those, but I pre-ran the line there, so that way it's just kind of a hookup. And then
It's a plumbing hookup.
That's right. I got the hookup. Keeping it Kraemer's got the hookups.
Ready to hook up. All right.
Yeah, and then the plumbing that is in the toilet and the sink plumbing and the outside spigot that is underneath the hall bathroom, I didn't rip out the copper for those because when I was underneath the hall bathroom working on the PEX lines, I looked up and I noticed that the plywood
It's not in the condition it should be.
the subfloor of the hallway bathroom is wet. Not really, really, really wet, but it's wet.
It's damp.
Everything else down there is not wet.
Yeah.
And you had mentioned that it's gross anyway.
It is. It's just, yeah, it's just, it still has a little bit of a smell to it. Mm-hmm. And I'm just thinking everything else is brand new. Everything we're putting in is going to be clean. I was going to say if we didn't replace it, I was going to do a layer of Kills for sure underneath the flooring just to seal in anything. But I'm not mad it's wet.
I'm not mad it's wet.
That means it has to be replaced. Because I know if it's wet, he's not leaving it in.
No,
So-
it's coming out. Plus, I was looking at the floor. It used to be just, what is that, vinyl?
Yeah, it
was just
had laminate.
Laminate, yeah. And so you have to put a glue down, and then you put the laminate on. And when I was taking the laminate up, it didn't remove all the glue, so there's a little bit of a hump.
Yeah.
A little bit of a hump from some of the leftover glue. So anyway, the subfloor in the hallway bathroom is coming out and being replaced with new subfloor, new, same stuff that we did throughout the main room, and then when we replaced the floor in the master bathroom. So Jim is going to come out on Thursday, probably in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday,
Nice.
and help with replacing that subfloor, getting it nice and level, because one of the things too is where the bathtub is going to sit in the hall bathroom. It's not quite level, so I was going to have to put some self-leveling compound to make it level, but now I'm not going to have to do that because it's going to be a level floor by the time Jim and I are done.
Sweet.
And it's going to be that the type of floor that we have that is very water resistant. So if they're
It'll be better.
it'll just be better overall. It'd be so much nicer. And then when that floor is up and before we put the new subfloor on, the copper piping that's leading to the toilet, to the sink, and to the outside spigot, I can take out really easily because I can do it from the top and replace it with the PEX stuff. And that'll help because the outside spigot is broken and I have it kind of band-aided together.
It's rigged.
It's rigged.
Yeah, it's
And that we can actually then turn it off. It'll be a frost-free one, so we don't have to worry about it freezing when it freezing temperatures. So
nice.
all in all, it's going to be really good. So very productive weekend.
Yes.
Very productive weekend. And when Katie and I tested today before we sat down here to make sure that there were no leaks, I'm happy to say that everywhere that I crimped, it didn't leak.
Very important thing. Everywhere that he did crimp.
Everywhere that I crimped, it didn't leak. Except for that
Unfortunately.
one
No,
connection
it's not except
point.
for. It's just that there was one that
There was one connection, one area that I forgot to crimp. I didn't double check, and we turned it on.
and he yelled at me to turn it back off.
Yeah, because it was a gusher. It was a gusher. Yeah, so crimped it. We're all good now. It's good. We're all good. It's all
All
good.
right.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. I think that's it. I really now. I shouldn't say it this way. Being underneath the crawl space holding your head up and trying to like get those crimp things to, those crimping PEX piping is not easy. It takes a lot of strength, and I don't have a lot of strength, but pushing those things together, looking up, doing it, you're all, not wet, but you're like dusty and crawling around. Man, I have some mad respect for plumbers. I would not want to be a plumber. I have mad respect for electricians. I would not want to be an electrician. For drywallers, for carpenters, for painters. Tough work.
Tough work.
Any of the tradesmen, man, that is some tough work.
And I'm sure a lot of them would say, I would hate to be a computer, person. Like,
yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah. So,
certain things we're better at than others.
Yeah. Well, I can see that Katie's still looking at lamps.
Yeah.
Lights.
Yep, lights. So I have it narrowed down. And I was going to share because a couple of people are like, hey, could you show us what you were talking about? And maybe we can offer some suggestions.
If you do a screen recording, I can just put it up while you're talking.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to do a screen recording.
So type in snipping tool or just snipping. Snipping. Okay. Oops. And then open up snipping tool. That's right there. And then you're going to do the recorder.
Okay.
And you're going to do new. And you're going to drag the whole thing, so you just...
So just like where I want it to record? So like just this thing?
Just the whole thing, so I can I can zoom in on it. And then you're going to take the microphone and turn it on, so that way I can sync it to this.
Okay.
And you're going to hit start.
And we're just going to talk it.
And it's going to be 2, 1, go.
I wanted to show the dining room light that I really, really like. This light right here is one, it's about 36 inches long, and I really like it for the dining room. Not sure what it is about it, but I just think it's fun, it's quirky, it's unique. It's all black, and then the bulbs are kind of gray. Figured it's one of those things that'll look good with pretty much anything.
Did you confirm this one is okay with a sloped ceiling?
Yes.
Okay.
This one I'm 100% sure. The rest I will let you know yes or no.
Okay.
And then, so what I needed to do then was find something for the living room. And I had mentioned that most of the ones I was finding were just way too big that would be compatible. So last night I spent a couple hours searching and I found 3 potential ones. There's this one right here. This one's probably the most likely. However, it's a little bit on the bigger side. It's 31 inches. We can probably do anything around 30 to 24 inches is good. Much bigger than that, I think, is going to be too much for the space, considering we're going to have 2 coming down, 1 on each side of the beam. So there's this one right here that I thought was kind of fun. And then this one, I liked the simplisticness of it and the fact that it was only 5 lights. I liked the fact that it was smaller. However, what I really didn't like was the fact that it had open ends. And I just felt that most likely that's going to end up driving me crazy because I'm going to see the naked bulbs, and it's what drives me crazy in here, as you can see. It's just the very brightness when you look up. And that's why I was liking the gray globes to kind of give it a little bit of dimming. So I don't think that one's very feasible. This one I liked the style the best of. I thought it was kind of fun. It looked a little bit like a chandelier, but it was still pretty simple and met with the theme. The only thing I have to check on is whether or not it'll work for a sloped ceiling, because that's what we have. So it's a semi-flush mount. It's about 24 inches, so it's a nice size. I think the size would be about perfect. And it does say that you can have it free hanging, so I'm thinking that means you can take the metal piece off of it and just have the cord hanging. I think that's what it might mean. I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that one a little bit more. So those are if we were to go with the Sputnik type lights, that's the mid-century modern Sputnik lights. If we decide to go more along the rattan or the bohemian type ones, we'd be looking a little bit more at something like this. So this was not my favorite, but this was the favorite of what I could find, I guess is the best I could say. This was on the top of my this would work list. This one would be a dining room. I liked it because the underneath was clean. What we didn't like about a lot of rattan lightings is you saw all of the inner workings and all of the electrical components and the bulbs and everything. And so this one had a much cleaner underneath, and it had a nice clean top.
Yeah.
And so I liked that. And then for the living room, this one, because again, it was completely encased, so I don't think you would see the bulbs as much. You would just see it would just be a little bit more of a soft light with the
Yeah, you don't see all the lights, you don't see all the components. It's
just cleaner.
Yeah.
So just more like a lampshade, hanging swag.
Yeah, it's nice.
So two of those in the dining room, or living room, excuse me. And those ones were, they have a couple different, I guess I could do something kind of more similar if I wanted to do something that was encased and enclosed like the other one. There are options that I could look at for the dining room. And I just didn't want 3 black lights in the same room. And so what I mean by that is our kitchen pendants, they're going to be metal, kind of triangle black hanging down pendants, and they're metal black. And then the dining room, depending on which one I go with, if I go with a rattan, I was thinking I would have a natural rattan or a rattan with some black, maybe metal components. And then in the living room, I would do black again, just to kind of break up the space again. I just didn't want black, 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 black.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It does.
So that was kind of what I was thinking. Would love to hear your guys' feedback, comments on what you like, what you don't like. Am I crazy? Are the Sputniks just too cool?
I like the Sputniks. I think they're cool.
I
like this black rattan one too. So. Yeah.
I did like this one, but I something about, besides the price, there was something about the Sputniks that the price hurts a little bit, but it's just such a cool piece. And the reviews and the videos that I've seen on these, you can go and click in and see what they look like in a space. And it's just like, oh, no, it actually looks really nice in a space.
I think you should do that.
You think I should go with the Sputnik?
Yep, go with the Sputnik.
So now I just have to decide the living room Sputniks.
Yep.
All right, which of the 3 did y'all like the best of the Sputniks?
Yeah. We put out a KraemerLife video on Sunday, and it was about the Barnwood wrap for the beam. Got some really good suggestions in there.
Oh, good.
Really good suggestions.
I knew there was lots of comments.
Yes, on how to gray, patina some of your wood, some suggestions on different ideas for wrapping. So I think you and I should go through those and see if there's any that we want to kind of explore. But there's a couple different methods of staining / doing something to the wood to make it more the color that you're looking for. So we might try some of those methods and see if we like any of them.
Yeah.
So anyway, but we'll get to that again. We'll circle back around to that project a little bit later, because I want to focus on getting some of the bathroom stuff done and whatever. But yeah, so really good suggestions though, and
awesome.
kind of cool stuff. I got adventuresome and started reading the comments.
Whoa!
Could you believe it? I couldn't. I was like, I should stop. I should stop. These are all good. I should stop before the bad one happens. I should stop. And I read them all, and they're all good. Yeah. So that was the busy weekend. The dogs are doing good. Sheep are doing good. They like their day paddock. The shenanigans are starting to get out of their paddock. Their little netting area, coming over and laying, trying to find a new place to lay their eggs.
Yeah, they've been exploring. There was two out today that were so cute. They were just laying, and then I was doing a little bit of filming. I've had a couple ideas for videos in my head for a while, and so I was like, well, today's a nice day because we've had some really crazy weather. It hailed last night, y'all. Hailed. It was 46 degrees outside, and it was hailing. How is that even possible? It was weird. But I was like, oh, I'm going to take advantage of the weather and get a little bit of outdoor filming done, at least some of my talking points, because I think I already have a lot of the things shot. I'm very bad about actually adding audio to my videos. So I was like, let me just try and see if I can have enough talking points to put in. So I was doing that, but they were so cute. They were following me around the 2 shenanigans that were out, and they'd lay down close to me, and then they'd look, and then I'd move and I'd change locations, and they'd come a little closer, and then they'd kind of walk around and get in the dog bowl and do all sorts of stuff. They were just being adorable. They were being so fun. And then if I started coming too close to them, they'd be like, no. Yeah.
Well, I think that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good update. We'll let you know what we do tomorrow. Oh, by the way, you guys are watching the last video of 2024.
Tomorrow we'll be filming. Oh, it'll actually be viewed on. It won't be the last day of filming. And
not the last day of filming, but it'll be the last day for them to watch Keeping It Kraemer in 2024.
all right.
Crazy.
Whoa.
See ya.